a world of instant gratification and external validation, motivation is often portrayed as the key to success. We are told to wait for the motivation to hit before we act. But what happens when motivation is absent? The reality is that when we rely solely on motivation, it can set us up for failure. Motivation at its core is an emotional response, one that can be influenced by ego, identity, or even comparison to others. When we base our actions on emotion, we lose control. True control doesn't come from us waiting for motivation, but for us to learn how to act even when we don't feel like it. This is where discipline, commitment, and the ability to follow through without the emotional eyes of motivation becomes the real driving forces behind success. Since motivation is often fueled by ego, comparison, or identity, these factors can create a false sense of urgency or excitement, pushing us to act only when we are inspired. However, the issue arises when motivation wanes or diminishes. Without a solid foundation of discipline and self-control, we are left with a gap between intention and actions. Research shows that motivation is tied to reward-seeking behavior, that is, the desire for instant gratification. When we are motivated, we are focused on the end results, such as the rewards, the recognitions, and the achievement that gives us a sense of fulfillment. But come to think of it, what happens when the result feels distant or unattainable? The emotional drive disappears, and it's possible for us to abandon our goals when we don't have motivation anymore. Real breakthrough comes when you realize that true success lies in taking action even when you're not motivated. This is where you regain control. Motivation may come and go, but your ability to take boring actions, regardless of how you feel, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. When you learn to take actions despite your emotional states, you shift from being reactive to becoming proactive. Instead of waiting for the perfect condition or the spark of motivation, you create momentum by acting in spite of how you feel. This is where your power lies. Let's look at discipline over motivation and how you can build control. 1. Focus on the process, not just the reward. Motivation thrives on the reward at the end, but discipline thrives on the process. When you focus on the small steps and the action required in the present moment, you break free from the trap of waiting for motivation. This helps you embrace the work, not just the outcome. 2 is create consistent habits. Motivation is inconsistent, but habits are reliable. By building daily positive habits, you make progress regardless of emotional highs and lows. The key is for you to design a routine that doesn't require you to feel motivated. Once a habit is in place, it becomes autopilot, reducing the need for emotional activation. The third way for you to build control is to develop mental toughness. Mental toughness is the ability to keep moving forward even when conditions are tough. That is, being mentally strong enough to still carry out your actions even when things feel difficult. You can develop this skill by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone regularly and learning to act despite discomfort. The fourth way is to set clear intentions, not just goals. Clear intentions give you a sense of purpose that transcends motivation. When you act with intentions, your actions are fueled with something greater than the emotional rush of motivation. This deep-rooted purpose gives you the resolve when motivation is low. When you commit to acting without relying on motivation, you gain control over your success. You stop letting external circumstances or fleeting emotions dictate your actions. Instead, you become the driver of your own journey. This approach helps you avoid the emotional roller coaster of chasing motivation. You begin to develop unshakable resilience, which is crucial for long-term success. Instead of relying on the ebb and flow of motivation, you make consistent progress. As you take action despite your emotional state, your confidence and sense of control grows. And soon you will find out that motivation is no longer something you need to wait for. It becomes something you create for yourself. Studies have shown that while motivation is short-lived, discipline and consistency is what is needed for long-term change. Motivation may push you to start, but discipline is what keeps you going. You no longer need a surge of motivation to keep going because your routine and mindset are anchored in self-control. When you feel the need to prove something to others or align with a certain identity, motivation can spike. But it is also vulnerable to comparison and insecurity. Work on detaching your self-worth from your achievements and shift your focus towards the work itself rather than external validation. One of the issues with motivation is its connection to immediate rewards. However, real success comes from delayed gratification. That is, working towards a goal without expecting instant reward. By building the ability to delay gratification, you are developing the resilience necessary for you to stay on track even when your reward seems far away. In conclusion, discipline, routine, and commitment will always triumph over emotional highs and lows of motivation. As we enter year 2025, make the commitment to act even when motivation is low. Build your success not on how you feel, but on your ability to consistently take actions day in and day out. When you do, you will discover that true control is in consistent effort. Thanks for watching. Please check out the next video on the screen right now and the links on the description box. I know you'll get value from them. Please leave a comment or any question you might have on the comment section. I'm here to support you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Let's grow together.